What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Kakashi back at it again with another video. Like I said, the grind don't stop. Now, this is part 2 of What If Naruto Was Izuna Uchiha's grandson. Now, we left off where Naruto had just got done training with Kakashi, learning the lightning blade and the 5-finger spear hand of the Raikage that Kakashi copied while watching him fight one time. And then Naruto was now walking back to the Uchiha compound. As Naruto is walking back to the Uchiha compound, he notices that this girl is watching him. This girl is always watching him, but she's never hiding. She's just always staring at him. This girl is none other than Sakura Haruno. As the day that he's just got done training with Kakashi, he's walking back to the Uchiha compound as he's stopped by Sakura. Sakura says, "Hi, I'm Sakura Haruno. What's your name?" As Naruto says, I'm Naruto Uchiha." As Sakura's like, "Oh, you're an Uchiha. I've heard about you. They call you the demon." As Naruto says, "Yeah, you don't have to be you don't have to talk to me if you don't want to. You can just call me a demon and run away in fear." And Sakura says, "I don't think you're a demon. They don't have any proof that you're a demon, you silly. They just call you that because they're some mean kids. That's all." As Naruto says, "Yeah, you're right, aren't you?" And she says, "Of course I am." "Well, Naruto, I'll see you around." As Naruto says, "Yeah, see you too." As then he walks off thinking, that girl was pretty cute. As then Naruto arrives back at the Uchiha house. As he walks in, he is greeted by Mikoto, as Mikoto gives him a kiss on the forehead. As Naruto says, "What was that for?" As Mikoto says, "Well, I just felt like it." As she smiles, Naruto smiling too. Then Fugaku comes up and says, "Hello, Naruto. How did your training with Kakashi go?" "Well, come outside and I'll show you the jutsus I learned." As everybody went outside, Sasuke, Itachi, and Mikoto and Fugaku went outside. As Naruto does hand signs and says, "Lightning style, lightning blade." As he tried to show off as much as he can, making a really big lightning blade in his hand. As his Tsutomu Sharingan is just blazing. As they all see this, they're like, "This boy has already mastered this A-rank lightning jutsu." As he says, "How's this, father?" As Fugaku's like, I'm impressed, Naruto." As then Fugaku says, that's my boy." As Naruto hearing this, it just touched his heart, saying, he just said, "That's my boy. Nobody's ever said that to me." As Sasuke does get a little bit jealous because, he always calls Itachi, "That's my boy," and now he called Naruto, somebody that's not his real son, a boy before his own real son. As Sasuke says, "Naruto, that is so cool. You're only 5 years old and can do that?" And Naruto says, "Yeah, Sasuke, I guess so, huh?" As then Naruto says, "He taught me one other jutsu," as he does the hand sign saying, "A lightning style, 5-finger spear hand." As Naruto's whole right arm is engulfed with super spiky chakra that covers his whole arm, along with lightning style. As Naruto walks up to a tree that's in their backyard and in an instant just puts his hand in a down motion. As he looks back at them saying, "Ta-da!" As they said, "Well, you didn't do nothing." As then they see the tree just completely fall behind Naruto. This is like a 500-pound tree that Naruto just sliced with ease. Not even using the full extent of the jutsu. As they say, "Well, that's really impressive, Naruto." As Mikoto says, "Yeah, son, that's pretty cool." As Naruto says, "Son? I'm your son?" As Mikoto says, "Well, yeah, of course you are, Naruto. You'll always have a spot in my heart as my son. I'll treat you no different than I treat Sasuke and Itachi." As Naruto smiles at this, and Itachi smiles at this too. Sasuke is still kind of jelly. As Mikoto always shows Sasuke more attention than Naruto and Itachi, but Fugaku shows Naruto more attention than all two of them. As then they walk back into the house as Naruto is exhausted. Naruto says, "Mom, what's for dinner?" As then she says, "It'll be done in just a second, dear." As then she brings out the food as Naruto eats. That boy eats. That boy eats like he ain't never ate. As then he says, "Thanks for the dinner, Mom. I think I'm going to go to my room and read some books." As she says, "Read some books?" As Naruto says, "Yeah, I forgot. I left off on this one book that it's really important that I finish on." As she says, of course. Go ahead." As then Naruto finished the book of Madara's legacy. As Naruto feels sadness in his eyes. Naruto's felt so much sadness because he realized that Madara, he thinks that Madara just ended it all so he could create peace. And they make Madara sound like this bad guy. They make Hashirama sound like this good guy. As then Naruto's like, Madara and Izuna were the good guys all along. It was them dumb Senjus. As then Naruto starts sobbing. As then he puts his head down as he's sobbing pretty loudly. As Itachi runs to his room saying what's wrong. He says, "Naruto, what's wrong?" As then Naruto looks up at Itachi with his 3-Tamo Sharingan. As Itachi said, he's gained another Tamo. He's mastered the regular Sharingan already at the age of 5. As then Itachi goes to Naruto and says, "What are you reading, Naruto?" As he sees the legacy of Madara Uchiha. As Itachi says, "Oh, I cried reading that book too, Naruto. It's okay to let your emotions out." As Naruto says, "Thanks, Itachi. I needed somebody to talk to about it, but I feel like Madara and Izuna were the good guys in this situation all along. All they wanted was to bring peace to their clan, and they got murdered in cold blood. And Madara just wanted to put an end to the war. So did Izuna. So Izuna gave his eyes up to Madara. That's what I think, at least. I could be wrong, but I hope I'm right." As Itachi just gives him a hug. As then Naruto falls asleep, waking up the next day. Now, he meets up with Kakashi again as Kakashi says, "Alright, Naruto, are you ready for your training today?" As Naruto says, "Yes, Kakashi-sensei." As Kakashi's not getting over him calling him Kakashi-sensei, he's like, "He called me sensei." As then, all of a sudden, somebody came out of nowhere saying, "Kakashi, what are you doing teaching this boy that uselessness? You need to train him in taijutsu." As Kakashi says, "Guy, what are you doing here?" As Guy says, "Look, I'm going to train this boy Naruto into hot-blooded taijutsu." As he says, "I got this from here, Kakashi. You can teach him ninjutsu when I'm done with taijutsu." As Naruto's like, "Yeah, taijutsu." As Guy says, "Kakashi, allow me to take 2 years to train Naruto in taijutsu." As Kakashi says, "Whatever, Guy. Gives me more time to read my book, eh?" As then Guy says, "Whatever, Kakashi, get out of here." As then Kakashi leaves. We're going to do a 2-year time skip as Naruto's been training with Guy. Naruto is now at the age of 7. And Naruto is a beast when it comes to taijutsu. I'm talking about he got hands. As Naruto, at the age of 7, can open up 4 of the 8 inner gates without getting harmed or exhausted. He'll be a little bit tired, but he won't be harmed. Like his bones will be snapped because his body, he has Karuma with him, so his bones will be intact if he uses up to the 4th gate. As then, it is time for Naruto and Sasuke to start the academy. But before they do, it is time for Naruto get a new outfit. Flashback. Right after Mike Guy says a week before the academy. Flashback. Mike Guy says, "All right, Naruto. I can teach you more when you're a little bit older, as I hope I get you as my student. If I get you as my student, best believe after class is over, I will teach you how to open up every single gate." Naruto is just so happy because he knows his power when he opens up the fourth gate. He knows how strong and fast his speed is. So he is just all about it. But another time skip. So Naruto is just training by himself as he is approached by an Uchiha member. This Uchiha member is none other than Shisui of teleportation. As Shisui says, "Hey kid, what are you doing out here training alone?" As Naruto says, "Well, I just got done training with my sensei, and he has nothing more to teach me as of right now." As Shisui says, "Oh, is that so? Well, I have some things that I can teach you." As Naruto looks at Shisui saying, "Oh, is that so?" As then Shisui teaches him Uchiha style Halo dance. He teaches him a few Genjutsu moves. And then he teaches him how to add fire nature to his kunai. As now Naruto can throw kunai as they're on fire. He can light them on fire with his hands. Naruto says, "I guess for my first 2 years of the academy, until I get my Jonin instructor, I'll change up my outfit, I guess. Actually, I'll wear this until you know what? Forget it. I'll just get the same outfit as Shisui." As then Naruto is now rocking the same outfit as Shisui. He's 7 years old with Izuna's blade that's on his hip. Not on his hip, but on his he just like how Izuna's has his in this picture you guys are looking at. It goes right behind him. As then he walks into the class. As Naruto is no longer hated, but he's still hated in the village, but he's praised a little bit in the village and hated a little bit. Everybody in the class likes Naruto as a friend. As 3 girls like Naruto, this is Ino Yamanaka, Sakura Haruno, and Hinata Hyuga. But Sakura Haruno likes him the most. As the other 2 girls just like him just as much as they like Sasuke, because they're both the only 2, well, not the only, but they're Uchihas, and Uchihas are praised because of their Dojutsu and Sharingan. As Naruto has to sit next to Sakura. As Sakura says, "So Naruto, it's been a long time. It's been about 2 years, hasn't it?" As Naruto says, "Do I know you?" As Sakura gets a vein on her forehead saying, "It's been only 2 years and you don't remember me?" As then Naruto has a flashback of meeting the pink-haired girl right outside of the Uchiha compound. He says, "Oh, Sakura Haruno, am I right?" As she says, "Well, you finally noticed, huh?" As he said, "Sorry, it's been a while. But how have you been?" "I've been good." "How have you been?" Naruto said, "I've just been training a lot, I guess." As Sakura says, "Yeah, me too. Well, I hope we get on the same team." As then Naruto says, "Yeah, me too." As then Iruka shows up. Nothing is really important from now, so now we do I said Naruto is 7. So now we're going to do a 4-year time skip to a week before it's time to pay Jonin instructors. As Naruto is training with Guy. Naruto can now open 6 of the gates. But when he opens the 6th gate, he does get pretty exhausted from using it. But he can open up the 5th gate and all the previous gates with ease. As Rock Lee does not know this. He's just I'm a big Rock Lee fan, but Rock Lee is just, he still works hard on his own without Guy Sensei. So, yeah. So, Naruto, wait, I said it was a week before. So, yeah, Naruto is now training in the forest. He's practicing with his sword. As Naruto says, it's time for me to do this. As he places his sword on the ground and does about 50 hand signs. This takes 30 seconds for Naruto to get completely done with his hand signs. As he says, release! As then, his sword goes from a short blade to a really long blade. As it has the Uchiha mark on it. As it has the name Izuna carved on the back. As he says, just as I thought, this is Izuna's blade. As then he puts it in his sword holder. As it worked on his sword holder too, extended it pretty longer. As he puts his sword away. As then he walks out of the forest and arrives in the in just like one of the parts of the village. As he's walking, he sees a girl getting bullied. This girl is none other than Sakura Haruno. Sakura's getting bullied because of her pink hair. She's getting bullied by these eight Chunin. These 8 Chunin are bullying Sakura because of her pink hair and saying that her green eyes make her look like a monster. As then they drag her by her hair into the forest, Naruto following through the trees. As then they crack their knuckles saying, we're about to give you the beating of your life. As then she says, no. As the Chunin raises his hand, Naruto comes down, punching him in his stomach, and then knocking 3 of them down to the ground by sending a barrage of punches at each of their stomachs. Naruto hit each of them in the stomach at least 20 times with the speed of light. As they say, it's him, the Uchiha prodigy. Get out of here! As Naruto said, you won't get away that easy. As Naruto draws 4 kunai in each hand in perfectly accuracy, throws it at each of their legs. So now each of them have a kunai in their leg and cannot run as they crawl away. As then Naruto picks Sakura up and jumps into the trees. And then he jumps on top of one of the trees as they lock eyes. As Sakura says, wait, what are you? As Naruto says, well, I had to save you, you know. I don't know why they're picking on you. Your hair is unique. And I like it a lot. And your eyes don't make you look like a monster. They just add on to your colors and your beauty, you know? As Sakura blushes, saying, well, I appreciate you for saving me. As Naruto says, don't mention it. As then he jumps super high. As Sakura's wondering how he can jump this high, he then lands in the village, still carrying Sakura. As then they arrive at Sakura's house as Naruto knocks on the door. As then Sakura's parents open, saying, oh my goodness, Sakura, we've been worried about you. Where have you been? As Sakura says, well, these 8 Chunin were bullying me, and then he saved me. As they say, who? As she points at Naruto. Naruto giving a friendly smile, saying, hi. As they say, oh my goodness, as Sakura's mother hugs Naruto, saying, thank you for saving our precious little girl. We don't know what we would have did without her. As Naruto says, no problem, miss. But you're kind of strangling me. As Naruto saying, Sakura, help a little bit. As then Sakura says, mother, you're kind of you're kind of choking him. Her mother says, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm just so thankful to you. As her father says, come in. Let us have dinner with you. As Naruto says, oh no, I don't think that would be a good idea. And Sakura says, come on. As then she pulls Naruto's hand and pulls him into the freaking house. As the door shuts. In the house, they're cooking a big old feast. But as Sakura pulled him into the house, Sakura sees her whole family, as in I'm talking about her mom, her dad, her cousins, her uncles, her aunties. She sees all of them as Naruto is looking at Sakura, and then he looks right in front of him to see all of them just staring at the two. As then Sakura's little cousins rush Naruto, saying, he looks cool and he has a sword. As Naruto's like, oh no. As they get Naruto and tackle him to the floor, they're pulling on his hair and they're just messing Naruto up. They're messing him up. As Sakura's giggling, saying, "Come on, you guys, get off of him." As they say, "Welcome home, Auntie Sakura," as Sakura says. "Oh, hello, Raijin. Hello, Ken. Hello, Teka." As Naruto says, "Well, they gave me a good beating, and out here I'm thinking I was a strong warrior." As they all laugh, they say, "Well, this is Sakura's boyfriend." As they're like, "Wait, what?" They say that at the same time as they look at each other. As Sakura's mother saying, "Aren't you two boyfriend and girlfriend?" As Naruto and Sakura say, "Well, no." As she says, "Oh, well, I'm sorry. This is Sakura's friend and soon to be boyfriend." As Naruto just blushes and Sakura face palms, putting her hand on her head like this girl's about to catch a fade. As then it's time to eat dinner. As Naruto sits at the table. As Naruto sits at the table, everybody's just staring at him. As one of them finally speaks up, saying, "So what clan are you from?" As Naruto says, "Oh," as then he turns around and showing them the Uchiha crest on the back of his shirt. As they say, "Oh, you're from the Uchiha clan. But you're not like the other ones, are you?" As Naruto says, "No, I'm not arrogant, nor am I power hungry. Sorry to my clan, but they are pretty arrogant when it comes to power." As they all laugh, saying, "Yeah, they are kind of, but that's all clans, just like the Hyuga." "Yeah, you're right, aren't you?" As they say, "Yeah, you're different, and we like you. You're pretty cool. And you have a cool sword." The little cousins say. Naruto says, "Hey, when you grow up, maybe one day I'll teach you how to wield one of your own." As they all get so excited, saying, "I can't wait to become a ninja." As Sasuke and Sakura is just so happy how Naruto is getting along with her family already. As then, it is nighttime. As it's time for Naruto to leave. Naruto didn't realize how late it was. As he walks out and sees how dark it is, Sakura's parents insist he stays the night. Naruto's like, "Well, I don't see why not." As then, Naruto finally gives in, saying, "Okay, fine. Are you guys sure?" As they say, "I insist." As Naruto says, "Okay, where do I sleep?" As they say, "You sleep? This is a hard choice." As then they say, This isn't a hard choice at all. You will sleep in Sakura's room and Sakura's bed with her." As Naruto says, Wait. Lord, do you hear this wind? I'm sorry, but the wind has a problem with me, apparently, having them sleep in the same room." As Naruto says, Wait, what?" As I say, "Yeah, there shouldn't be a problem with that, should there be?" As Naruto looks at Sakura, Sakura just looks shocked. As then Naruto says, "Sakura?" As Sakura says, "No, there's no problem at all. Come on, Naruto." As she grabs his hand and leads her to her room. As Naruto just walking up the stairs like, "Oh man, this is gonna... Please tell me this isn't gonna go the route I hope it doesn't go." As they arrive into her room, Naruto says, "Your room is pretty neat, and it's organized. The exact opposite of my room." As she giggles, saying, "Well, it's not too much, but it's something, right?" As Naruto says, "Of course it is, and it is something. I like it. It's quiet." As then Naruto says, "Well, I guess it's time to go to sleep." As Naruto lays on the floor saying, "Good night, Sakura." As Sakura's like, "Naruto, what are you doing?" As then Naruto's like, "I'm going to sleep. Remember? That's what all humans need to function." And she says, "Yeah, but why are you on the floor?" As Naruto says, "Where else am I supposed to sleep?" As she says, "On my bed with me." As Naruto blushes, saying, Are you sure?" As then she's like, "I'm positive. If I wanted you to sleep on the floor, I wouldn't have said anything as you laid down." As Naruto says, "Alright, fine." As Naruto gets up on the bed. As he's laying down, as he closes his eyes, he feels super warm as he realizes Sakura scooched up super close to him. Sakura's facing the other direction, and Naruto's looking at the back of her head. But Sakura's backed up all the way on Naruto, as Naruto's like, oh Lord, I'm about to fall asleep just like this. This is heaven. As then he wraps his arms around Sakura, as then he falls asleep. Sakura smiles as she falls asleep. The next morning, they wake up a little bit late. As Naruto wakes up, him and Sakura are still snuggling. As then Naruto wakes Sakura up saying, Sakura, Sakura, Sakura. Sakura wakes up saying, what? Yeah, what's up, Naruto? And then he says, look at the time. As then she looks at the clock saying, Cha! What? As then they both jump out of bed, get their gear on, and run to the academy. You know what I mean? Run. They arrive in the academy right as Iruka got done taking attendance. They say, sorry we're late. As then they say, Iruka says, you two are coming at the exact same time. You guys walked into the room at the exact same pace with the exact same heartbeat. Where were you two? As Naruto said, we were sleeping. As Iruka said, what do you mean we were sleeping? How do you know what Sakura did? As he says, I don't know. I'm sorry. I was sleeping. As Sakura says, yeah, I was sleeping too. As one of the kids said, ooh, Naruto and Sakura are sleeping in the same room. As Naruto activates his 3 Tomoe, looking at the kid saying, you say something? As the kid said, no, I said that you two are the greatest students in this class and you guys get A's and that you guys are on the road to success. As Naruto said, glad to hear it, buddy. As then they go up and take their seats next to each other. The day goes by, and I'm going to do a 4-day time skip. So it's now the day before they get their Jonin instructors. Naruto and Might Guy are training with Taijutsu, and right after Might Guy and Naruto train, right after Naruto and Might Guy train, Naruto and Shisui train with the blade. As then him and Kakashi train on the ninjutsu, since Kakashi's a Hatake. He has all 5 chakra natures. Naruto has 3, which is fire, lightning, and wind. As then Naruto learns some wind style jutsus, just a few of them boys, which I'll reveal later, but y'all know his lightning, y'all know his fire. It's pretty cool, Anyways, so it's now time for Naruto to go to sleep and wake up the next day. As Naruto says, As he walks to the Uchiha house, he hasn't been there since a few days ago. He walks in to Fugaku, Mikoto, Itachi, and this girl that Naruto has never seen in his life that is sitting next to Itachi, all hugged up on him. As Naruto says, Itachi, who the is that? As she looks at Naruto with the poker face like, did he just say, who the am I? As she says, who the are you? And Naruto's like, better watch your mouth. As Naruto grabs his sword, activating his 3 Tomoe. As one hand on the sword, one hand at the ground, as lightning starts to charge into his palm. As the girl is scared, as Itachi says, calm yourself, Naruto. As Naruto says, is this girl with you, Itachi? As Itachi says, yes, Naruto, this is my girlfriend. Your girlfriend? As Naruto is like, I'm finna make this girl mad on purpose. As then he says, Itachi, this is your girlfriend? Come on, Itachi. You graduated as a Jonin at the age of 8, and this is the best you could have did? You could have pulled a Jonin if you wanted. This makes the girl so mad as Fugaku tries to hold in his laugh, and Mikoto's like, Naruto, that's not nice. As the girl charges at Naruto pins her on the floor, grabbing her by her hair, saying, next time, as he whispers in her ear, next time you do that, it'll be a chop to the throat. You understand me? As she says, yes! As Naruto lets her go, as Itachi says, Mina, are you okay? As she says,